Hello everyone, welcome back to Studio 44. Phil Sherman here with another Stadium Extravaganza video for you. This one comes to you smack dab in the middle of the holiday season. I hope everyone is having a great season so far. Of course, when you're in the middle of the holiday season, you have to start thinking about the end of the year. And for us stadium creators, that means we have to start thinking about the 3 stadiums we want to enter for the 2024 Stadium of the Year contest. You do want to think about collecting your better stadiums, whittling it down to 3, and submitting those bad boys through my Google form that you can find in the description of my channel, the description of this video, or on my Facebook page, Studio 44 with Phil Sherman. Just in nice big bold letters in the stadium name portion of the form, type out Stadium of the Year candidates, then type out your 3 stadiums. If you plan on joining live at some point during that day, you don't need a description. If you're going to be in the chat box, you probably don't need a description. But if you don't plan on making it for that first round on the 30th, you might want to give me a little blurb or 2 about each stadium that you're submitting into the contest. So let's talk about this video. What do we have? We have another kinda cleaning out the queue video. That usually means multiple stadiums from multiple creators. And it also means, usually, Stadium Creator Whodunit. Yes, fellas, we're going to play Stadium Creator Whodunit again. I'm going to try it in a format where I give you all the list of the potential creators, maybe mix in 1 or 2 who don't have one. And, of course, some of them on there will have more than one. But you're going to have to guess from that list of people who did each stadium. This time, I'm going to give you the name of the creator after every stadium. That way you don't have to wait all the way to the end of the video, and it makes it easier for me to, editing-wise, to get this video out to you guys sooner. So, let's take a look at our first stadium. We are starting things off in Philadelphia, where we have Ebbets Field, 1935. Has an altitude of 15 feet, and it was built in 1929. If you look in right field, we have a nice, big, long, tall wall. On the other side, using the old school lights here with the truck. I dig it. Also, the track and field. Wow, look at all the detail in this little village, this area. All filled with bleachers. Nice little booth. I'm guessing it's supposed to be some kind of luxury seating or press box or something for back in the day. Bleachers all the way around and behind, covered with the Dodgers roof. Looks fantastic. Got the Harrison and Company building in the background. Fantastic. Look at all the detail on the outside of this thing. My word. You got fencing to keep things in on this deck up here, with the stairs that take you up to behind the seating. Beautiful looking stadium. Out in left field, you got some standing room only, which 1935, they could still do a bunch of that. But, I mean, again, this doesn't look like a major league stadium. What are all these? Oh, it's the other side of fencing. Okay. Great creative use of fencing or signage. They're signs. Great use of signs to create fencing. I like the chain link fence above, too, to maybe protect a few balls from... Oh, this is across the street. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was all part of the same complex. But nope. Clearly divided by a street in here. Flip that light switch real quick. All right. I didn't tell you who made the stadium, but I think we all know. If you see over here in the corner, I have a list of all the people who done it. Let's say it all together at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Archmage. Fantastic stadium. This was a stadium used by the Philadelphia Stars, a longtime Negro League team, and now it's still used by West Philadelphia High School. So I didn't look up any pictures or anything, but you do get a high school vibe over here with the track and field situation with the football field in the middle and stuff like that. So that's why I originally thought it was a part of the same thing. I didn't even really pay attention to the road. But yeah, if they didn't have room over here to put in, like, oh, they got, like, what could be a little press box. But, I mean, look at Arch doing his thing again. Man. Now, how did he do this? Oh, Oh, all right, all right. Two of the little gates put in together. Okay, you just kind of overlapped them a little bit. Yeah, I remember using this fence once and just put the blue cell phone tower things, the little mini wireless towers. That's much better. That looks much better. Archmage, add it again. Look at that. That could easily be a thumbnail. What a gorgeous, gorgeous looking little stadium. Boom. There's your stamp, Arch. Fantastic. I had to skip this, or not that this style is really hard to tell who it is, but I had to pass this or blur it out in parts, so as to not give it away who made the stadium. But I mean, I think we all did just by the style and this gorgeous city around the ballpark. Looks amazing. Archmage back at it again. What a fantastic way to start the video. The Rail Yard in Chicago, Illinois is up next. This stadium has an altitude of 100 feet. It'll be ready to be played in the year 2035. I'm going to come out and just say that this is Mr. Murdercap who gives us the stadium, just because he's only showed a couple stadiums on this channel so far, and we may not be too familiar with his work. So there it is, Mr. Murdercap. I love right field right off the bat, using obviously the railway and a nice concourse in front of that railway. Behind the railway is the bridge, the drawbridge. Is it the drawbridge? Yeah, it's the drawbridge. And then there's a little lake in the background with some industrial type buildings. Shipping container in the background. Oh, look at this. He made like a custom crane to put on it. Cool. And then there is more of a train station out behind left field. You got the show field scoreboard out in left center field, which is met by a lower and upper deck. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent indeed from Mr. Murdercap. I like what's going on in the corner, using the entry gates as a way to keep everything in here off the field. We have picnic tables and an escalator to take you up. Yeah, that has a pool. Nice. Fantastic. Pretty standard around behind with just the two decks and some concession stands back there. Nothing going on behind the stadium. Looks pretty good, Mr. Murdercap. Flipping that light switch. Flipping that light switch. Nice work indeed, sir. I like lining up the edge of the river here with all the rocks. Looks good. And there's the drawbridge coming up. Fun. All right, sir. Thank you for an excellent contribution to Studio 44. Oh, shit. Oh, we're at it again. I was already a little worried coming in here because of the description that was given to me by the contributor of the stadium. And then you walk in and that's what you're looking at. All right, this is Cursed Field in Erie, Pennsylvania. Has an altitude of 728 feet. It was built in 1903. And based on that start, the name of the stadium, and the thumbnail, wow. Getting some serious creep vibes. Even without the theme, I love how these different layers look with, the stacked stone kind of creating the bowl effect up here, and this little concourse on top that runs underneath the stands. Fantastic. Holy crap. Using the cathedral. Look at all the stacked seating. Fantastic. Little score. There's the monster. Hey, monster's ass. Oh, you guys kill me. Love it. How do I can't even find him again. Where did he go? Nope. All right. Well, I'm not going to waste too much time. But in left field, you got some old creepy villages and a 44 water tower with a canoe. We have canoes. Our first canoe of the video. Holy shit. Is this the graveyard? It looks like a graveyard. Man, it does look creepy. And there's people coming out of the graveyard. Nice. Actually, one of my high school fields, Marion, New York. Not high school, middle school. I grew up in Williamson, and the town directly south of us is Marion. And if you hit a home run, you were hitting the ball into a graveyard. Don't go in the woods. Eesh. Ugh, this gives you a creepy vibe, like a just fireplace, giant fireplace. They're burning some lumber here. Wow. Then you got another church and an old school, creepy looking building. Excellent. This was named as a fun target maybe you could hit. Old school cars. People are standing on the road watching the game from up here. Oh, dear Lord. We have baby dolls. What the fizzuck is going on with this place? It certainly is cursed. But it's gorgeous. It's the holiday season, not the Halloween season. I like the quirky dimensions. Again, the stacked layers all over the place. The Evil Dead is playing at the theater. And it's rated R. I was like, why is there a random R there? Then I got it. Fantastic. So, shall I stamp it first or tell you who created it first? Let's tell you who created it first. As always, over there, boom. There's all your people it could be. To me, the 44 and the canoe would have kind of gave it away because that was kind of similar into one of his other better stadiums. Not that all of his stadiums aren't great, but this stadium comes to us from none other than Scotty Warren, or Great Scott. He said in the notes he wanted a haunted stadium or forest. Used a lot of classic or older props, all the Gothic houses, etc. Check out the windows around the field. We found the baby dolls. Said it was a fun one to make, and it turned out great. I agree. There's a water tower on left. Yep, put the bleachers under the graveyard, just over the fence. So, yeah, it looks like there's zombies, he says. Yep, dead people in the grave. Now, what is this to kind of be a fan? Oh, it's scoreboards put together. Okay. And these are street signs, right? Yep. And I thought there'd be no good use for them. Fantastic. It's supposed to look like zombies coming out of the graves. Windmill and a big furnace and right that are fun to hit too. Yep, we saw that as well. Great Scott, Scotty Warren. Fantastic. Another potential thumbnail and a definite stamp. Thank you, sir. Will we or will we not see another one from him in this video? All right. We're out of that damn graveyard. We're gone. No more cursed graveyard. Instead, we're going to the Canoe Coliseum in Canoe Town, USA. The stadium has an altitude of 100 feet, built in 2024 by... You guys tell me. Taking a look at right field. Wow, look at the curved seating and the little deck in front with the pool, with the canoes. Fantastic. And it says Phil's Flashy Canoe Ride. All right, I'm in. I would love a flashy canoe ride. Ooh, look at the Hit It Here cafe target on the scoreboard. I don't know if anyone's hitting that, but man, that's pretty fun. How deep is this? 350. Yeah, you're definitely not hitting that. Can we even make it that far back to get a estimate of how deep that is? Over 500 feet. Fun. Let's take a look around and behind the bowl type seating. Oh, I love that custom deck, whatever you want to call that, using singers and the brick. Outstanding. Man, what a great start to the video. We have some great stadiums so far. Even if this wasn't filled with canoes, it would be great. He's got pools right in front of all the seating leading out to the field. Very nice. Oh, you got the RDL Hall of Fame up here. Steve Stewart's in there, no doubt. Of course, so is Ricky Davis, that son of a bitch. Another Hit It Here Cafe sign. Another big scoreboard. Pretty symmetrical to out here. You got some retired numbers, 42, 44, 21 tier. Very fun indeed. Dude, one of my favorite stadiums from here. Oh, there's this Stadium Center sign right there. Blammo. What's going on outside of the stadium? Lights. And some parking garages. Very, very fun. Very clean on the inside. I like the arches in center field. I'm guessing that will give you a great view from the batter's eye or from the batter's box when you're hitting. Man, I love it. Let's give the stadium a stamp. Now, who got that stamp? Let me show you. It was none other than our good buddy. Well, first, you tell me. From the people over there, who do you think it is? You may have seen him make it. It's our good buddy, Schmitty VG. Sorry, buddy, I had to hide your sign. The first time I exited the properties, it was hidden. I was like, okay, let's see if they'll guess this one. And then Schmitty B Gaming's right there. So I had to hide that for a little bit. That's probably the best idea because there was stuff in arches too, the ATG I had to avoid. I'm going to do that from now on, just hide it. I grouped everything together and just kind of buried it in there so I could pull it up and show you Schmitty VG. So don't forget to check out Schmitty B Gaming. He streams his stadiums right here on YouTube. Go in, talk baseball, talk stadium creator. Looks like he also does basketball games too. I used to love playing the old basketball games. We never, actually, I think we did. We had fictional basketball players at one point, but for some reason we liked using real basketball players in our leagues, Mark and I. I was always Shaq and Kobe and Vince Carter. Vince Carter's one of my favorite guys because of how flashy he was. Just today I saw a video of him dunking. He's in a full suit. He's got sneakers on, but he's in a full suit. He's 47 years old, and he runs up and just freaking dunks it. But yeah, we used to play a lot of, like legends. I'd have Shaq and Kobe and John Stockton and Karl Malone and, all these guys. And he would use Jordan and Pippen and, some of those guys. It was a lot of fun just playing against each other. I don't know if we ever did many leagues, but I liked my basketball video games, the old school NBA Live, like 95, where it was like diagonal. The court was diagonal. And I used to like playing NBA Jam. NBA Jam was so fun. And NBA Street, right? Was that on PlayStation 1 or 2? I used to love NBA Street. But yeah, Schmitty, this is a gorgeous freaking stadium. That could be a thumbnail too. One of my favorites of yours, and not just because of the canoes and all the love you showed. I think it's really cool. I like using the roof as like a slant, almost like a second batter's eye. And looks like it could be like a garage door underneath there too, for grounds crew, although they'd have to have like a Batman Dark Knight Batmobile to jump over everything to get out here. But a lot of fun, cool ideas, very clean, very symmetrical, and I just love it. Great work, Schmitty. Check him out right here on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already to him. Now, this is more like it. Scotty, are you taking notes? This is the North Pole Park. No time for any cursed haunted fields. It's the holidays. This is in the Arctic Circle. Has an altitude of 5,225 feet, built to 1931 by, your guess is as good as mine, fantastic in right field. A tiny little field level, or actually it looks more like a plaza level seat. Nope, upper deck. I'm sorry. With the pinwheels on top, red and green, of course, for the holidays. And we have a little river or pond taking you out to the lake where we have canoes. We have canoes. Minor league feel as we get closer to around and behind the base paths. Fan freaking tastic. More canoes. Love it. Look at this freaking concourse. Unbelievably gorgeous. Mountains in the background or glaciers. And look at the freaking bridge as the dog barks as my wife gets home. That'll take you into the middle of the mountains. Excellent idea using, what is this, the back of a sign? Or scoreboards, okay, to make it look like a cave. And then there's the water in the background. Nice big tower. This bridge is fantastic. What a scenic view from the batter's box. You got a little concourse way back here that you need your canoe to get to. Amazing. The North Pole Railway Company, 1865. Fantastic. Spotlights on top of the fan towers. I can't get over how gorgeous this deck looks. So good. So clean. So well laid out. The trees look great everywhere. The waterfall look is catching on. So good. Unbelievable. I don't have enough stamps for this stadium. Now, who did it? Who done it? Right over there. There's your list. I'll give you guys a second as I marvel at it and turn the lights on. Do you marvel at something? I don't know. My wife says yes. Okay. Also, I'll marvel at it. Looks great at night. Man, what the hell am I going to do for thumbnail, you guys? There's too many good stadiums. There's too many gorgeous stadiums. And we're only 5 in. All right, we've waited long enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the creator of this stadium was Mr. Young Gun 1417. And my goodness, if this isn't in his Stadium of the Year candidate, I don't know which one he should put. Freaking outstanding. Total different, unique take on the North Pole theme. Love it. Great work, sir. Hope to see this one December 30th live. Up next is another stadium. I would like you to guess the creator. This is Charlotte, North Carolina, MLB Park. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Has an altitude of 751 feet. Built in 2030. Starting right field as we mostly do. I like this. This is very Yankee Stadium, Chicago, with the second and third decks kind of just poking out through the foul line. Can you reach that second deck is the question. Foul line. I said foul line. Probably foul pole. Probably not with it being 340 down the line. That's a poke. I love the counter-like seating, even though it looks like it's standing room. But, again, I've said it before. I watched the whole concert, just leaning up against the fence. I can do the same thing with a baseball game, especially when you have more room to eat. When you have a plate in front of you, it's nice to have that little counter space. I keep mentioning I loved going to Camden Yards and watching baseball, but we had really good seats very close to the first base dugout. We're cramped up like this. I'm trying to eat my bacon on a stick. So the stairs, what a gift these stairs are. Am I right? Just imagine some of the other things that could be so helpful if they would just come out with the right tools. This is a batter's eye that I'm pretty fond with. It's a little more modern than a lot of them, a little bit more official looking, a little bit more big league looking, but it was always hard to kind of fit. So I like how he did this. This could be a good anomaly. I wonder if he could use this in some kind of batter's eye with a hill. combination to fill this dead space in here? Have I created a new challenge or even something to myself? But I like how the concourse surrounds the batter's eye with the covered standing room only spots right next to it. The brick continued over onto another set of stairs where you have another concourse. What's hidden by the big home run wall? Looks like some greenery, some ivy maybe. That is very overgrown. Concessions around the corner. A fun little corner of luxury seating. That looks fantastic. Big scoreboard on top. I like this one a lot too. I like the longer ones, the widescreen aspect ratios. Pretty standard around and behind, though it looks very clean and gorgeous and fantastic. Another stadium. Oh. If you don't know me well by now, that mad look, that evil look, means you thought of something that I didn't, and it pisses me off. What a great idea to close off the stadium with this building. It gives you such a rounded look. Fan-freaking-tastic. Look at all the complicated roadways you have out here. Holy hell. Dips and rises, ramps. Probably just say ramps. Overpasses and parking lots and buildings and unbelievable. How do you I didn't even look at this top deck up here with picnic seating and special concession stands, nachos and hot dogs. Isn't it amazing how we can make the same props look so different just by placing them in different places? Look at this custom entrance to the stair fan thingy. What is the official name of this? I'll never get it right. Stadium staircase. I'm pretty sure in the first version of the game it was a fan staircase, right? Because you can stand. There's spots. There's ledges, right? Balconies. Whatever you want to call them. Right here where fans can watch the game. Parking garage in the back. I don't have enough. Look at this little quirky. I love that quirky little home run fence. And I said this in the last video, I think. Someone had a fence that was taller and I think made it wood, not the brick. I like the idea of the taller fence being a different style than the rest of the fence. Fantastic. As I put up that list of folks who could have created this stadium, I will flip the light switch on and take a look at night. Looks fantastic. Random parts of the city are lit up. The other stadium is lit up. And it looks abso-smurfly gorgeous. Have I said abso-smurfly? I used to say that a lot more when I was younger. I was a big Smurfs guy when I was a kid. Gargamel. I don't do an impression. I just tried to laugh like him. I didn't watch those stupid movies, though. I was an adult by the time those movies came out. But who created the stadium? Who just earned this stamp? This stadium was created by the man, the myth, the legend, Murph075. Threw a little bit of a curveball on you. No real labeled concessions. He often likes to dig in with his research and find some spots that he could, localize the stadium. So, fantastic. I mean, it's Murph, so what else do you expect? A stamp-worthy stadium, a gorgeous city in the background. Amazing. Oh, I like how the road drives underneath too. The little deck from the luxury seating. See, now I like the luxury seating, but sometimes this causes a problem. Murph pulled it off nicely, but sometimes this stupid thing sticking out and the fact that there's no beams to support it or pillars or whatever you want to call them. it can cause problems with those sometimes. But another fantastic stadium from Murph, another stamp. The man is a stadium genius. From Charlotte, North Carolina, we're going to head out west to Salt Lake City, where we have the Salt Lake Ball Yard. It's in Salt Lake City, Utah, altitude of 4,265 feet. It's going to be ready to play in the year 2028, and it comes to us from another stadium creator. I would like you to guess. Taking a look at right field, I love the plaza level seating. I love this deck. See, this is one small deck. We need a deck this size with nothing behind it. I would love a field level deck that size. Anyway, it's a great look butting right up to this building right here. And then on top of that, you have a little deck where you have Crown Burgers. And a giant scoreboard on top of that, surrounded by a couple signs on the light poles. Very, very nice. The brick window building in the corner with some laser ribbon all the way around the top. Signs all over it. A grass area on top. Love that. You guys know I like my grass up high on top of buildings and on decks and stuff like that. Oh, look at this. Some kind of canal or lake or river. Not a lake, more of a river or canal. Looks like it goes all the way around the stadium. So let's take a look at center field, where you have a little bleacher section that rests atop a nice strip of concession stands. I like the nachos and hot dog sign up top. Fun. Little fountain. Little kitty fountain. Or what is that, a kitty? Lemur fountain. There's the steps that'll take you up, around, and behind. You get a nice little look at this water. Trees behind. I like the use of that fencing to keep you out of the water. More of the brick building over the plaza seating. Very nice. Nice use of the new building. Is this two of them? Yeah, it's two of them. Excellent. Pretty standard around and behind. Oh, this looks really good too. The way he blended these in together. Fantastic. I like that look a lot. Very Baltimore-esque. Camden Yards. More quirky designs. Huge courtyard in the city behind. Well, it looks like it's connected, although the turnstiles are right here. Connected with the bridge, and you got this big courtyard that all these buildings share. Beautiful. Fan-frickin-tastic. Flip that light switch. How does it look? As again, you take a look at who's over there. Gotta make sure I get my finger in the right spot. That's what she said. Which one of those folks created this stadium? Whoever it is, I'm jealous of, because this is gorgeous. We'll give you another second to think about it while I'll throw another stamp on it. And then I will let you know that once again, the stadium comes to us from Murph075. Thought I'd get a little sneaky, put them in twice in a row. It's gorgeous. I mean, I got a whole mess load of his stadiums in the queue. So be ready for a lot from Murph. And man, is that always a treat when we got a lot to show from Murph. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, I should go back to the North Carolina one real quick because I had some notes. This one first. He said he used some renderings that he found on the build for Salt Lake City if they ever had a stadium. But he did come up with most of this on his own. But the canal in the middle was from the renderings. But again, he made it his own. Now, as far as the North Carolina one, I saw something very interesting that I dug. It says he ran out of ideas, so he decided to make a whole slew of cities being rumored to have an expansion team. And he started with Charlotte, North Carolina. This is placed on the other side of the football stadium that Sewell made for my team, the Charlotte Spiders, last year. I thought that was really cool. Awesome work, Murph, as always. Thank you, sir. Okay, promise you we're taking a break from Murph075. This one up next is Legends Memorial Field. But I'm not going to tell you who we're taking a break from him with. Legends Memorial Field, Malibu, California. 7 feet is your altitude, built in 2018. Taking a look at right, where we have a wall of the stadium creator community. You got Arch, Murph, Ant, Phil, Carmen's dad, Sewell, Pfizer, Texas Ags. Nice little neighborhood in the back. I love the hill with the road on top. That's a look I tried to pull off in the New Orleans one I tried to do with Murph and Sandman Dan doing a remix of it. It's definitely a smaller park where you got some batting cages and some small bleachers. Oh, nice little custom building in the back. Fantastic. The Chill Grill. Nope, just the grill. Very nice. You got more stadium creator legends. Sandman Dan, Kamo Brew, Big Mac, Jedi Yank, Mo. And then the little city is fantastic in the background. Heads all the way back to the water. I love, like I said, I love the mountain. Fantastic. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's a little park. He wanted to spend a little bit more detail on the city, it seems like, paying homage to some of the guys in the stadium creator community. Will take up some memory just because it's a lot of letters, and I know that can. Looks great lit up. Looks like a fantastic little high school field or like a park, that the city pays good money for and to keep it well kept. And I like this custom building back here with the two buildings blended together. Very nice. Taking it right along the ocean. But yeah, it's great. Who created this stamped stadium? Did I stamp both the Murphs? For some reason I can't remember stamp it, but I'm pretty sure I remembered. But either way, this beautiful piece of art came to us from Mr. Pfizer. Excellent work, sir. Appreciate the nod, as always. Unless there's another Phil out there. Is there another Phil stadium creator I don't know about? That's cool. Little balcony that takes you right out to the corner of the foul territory of the stadium. Oh, we even found room for a canoe. Canoe in the pool. I don't think I saw. Oh, there's another pool back here too. Awesome. You're gonna be hitting some fun splash. I think he said something about the pool. It says has to be in game, but the home run pool in left field where the greenhouse is the target. Yep, the pool with the canoe. Living in a home right next to a baseball field can be fun, especially when being in a pool and catching a home run. Yeah, as long as you're waiting for it. It sucks if you're in there on a raft and all of a sudden, gong, clocks you right in the stomach or something like that. But yeah. Oh, he custom made the house too. Beautiful. Covering up the back of the pool where it looks like a decorated public pool. So, nice work, Pfizer. That's why I got that stamp, buddy. Texas Ags gets his own sign. Where is Texas Ags? He asked me not too long ago about the contest, so I hope he's watching. I hope he's been getting the information on how to get the submissions in, because he definitely has some Stadium of the Year worthy stadiums. Thank you, Pfizer. Great stadium. Let's head back east to Austin, Texas, where we have Oracle Stadium. Stadium has an altitude of 489 feet, built in 2024. Comes to us from a stadium creator yet unknown. Looking at right field, I dig the high wall with the plaza level seating coming right up to it. And then it blends in over here with the building underneath with the fancy windows. I dig it. A second deck on top of that, which, oh, I love how it was blended into this building. Amazing. All the brickwork above it, too, mixing different brick buildings together. Fantastic. An amazing concourse in the back with the different layers. Dude is robbing home runs over the fountain. Beautiful. That's great how that connects like that. Man. Excellent little concourse under here as well, or deck or plaza, whatever you want to call this, with the little staircases on either side. Looks so good. All the umbrellas, the little kiosks. Then you got the slanted that traces along the home run fence here. Amazing. Then here's a nice little entry to the stadium. Now, where do you get the letters from? Have those letters always been on there? Oh, home and away. Toy. I never noticed them there before, but still. Beautiful city in the background, as you can see. Beautiful. I like how the deck curls around. 2 decks for the most part, and then you got a third right behind home plate. Fabulous. Lots of brick everywhere. Concession stands underneath to kind of close off the stadium. I always feel like, unless you dial it up like he did here, it does get kind of like bland in here. Bland or empty, or I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Soulless in there. You know, it just seems so blech. Man, I don't know what else to say about it. This little deck is awesome also, using the marble. And then the covered awning things. This looks like it's like a sidewalk in Italy or France or Paris, or maybe even like the Central Park on the cruise ship or something. Oh, I didn't see these either. Nice little couple. Fabulous. This could be like a fancy luxury seat. Do they light up? Yep. Nice. Using the buildings that light up. That is fantastic. It almost kind of looks like Caesar's Palace in Vegas. Inside the casino. They make it look like an outdoor plaza even though you're indoors. So good. Love the quirky dimensions. Brilliant, brilliant stadium. You guys, this is amazing. This video. You hear the words cleaning out the queue and you think it's going to be, it's just the ones that it. But these are all freaking amazing. And that's never my intentions, by the way. But, man. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So, which one of them folks over there created the stadium? Flip that light switch again, and I will tell you that this stadium was created by Mr. Sewell 21. That's right. He purposely held off on streaming the stadium so he could join the whodunit game. Most of the stadiums he makes with you guys online in his live streams. So he wanted to create this one and throw it out there. I think he might have another one in the works for that too, but I'm not sure. But I mean, once you hear it's from Sewell, you're like, duh, because it's freaking gorgeous. Nice skyline in the back. Nice little view. It looks perfect from home plate. Great work. My good buddy Sewell 21 over at Stadium Center. As I always say, I can't imagine that I have subscribers he doesn't, but just in case that is the case, make sure you head on over there and subscribe. Sewell, thank you, sir. Nice work. We're going to go back to Chicago, where we have Fergus Road Grounds. Has an altitude of 538 feet, built in 1896. I'm going to let you know that this is Captain Obvious 8273, just because we haven't seen a whole lot from him. But I get some Ebbets Field vibes from the stadium, with the center field and the second deck kind of curling around to center field. And then over in right, even though it's not necessarily a big home run fence, it is a cool hill with a big wall behind it that takes you up to the road. That looks great. Or train tracks, that could be, or just some sidewalk. Either way, it takes you right up to this little neighborhood, and it looks great. This, curving all the way around. Holy shit, that's awesome. Look at that. Very unique. Going back to last year, looking at the stadiums that were created for my brother's team, he always said, there's never big walls in center field. Well, here's one. And a real-life baseball stadium. I remember when a Synergy Field, I think it was called at the time, where the Reds were playing before Great American Ballpark, they had a huge wall in center field because they moved everything in, right? To, work on the new stadium. They had to bulldoze a bunch of stuff and... right? Am I explaining that right? And then I know Arizona has a pretty big wall in center field too, but they have a little bit of an overhang. That's always an overhang I forget about. I always talk about Citi Field in Detroit and Minnesota. They all have overhangs, but Arizona is another one that has some overhang that I would love to see added somehow to Stadium Creator. I like how he faced it off with the scoreboard, this little triangle deck up here. Outstanding. It's got the old school newsstand right there. Built in the 30s, right? Was it 30s? Oh, I'm sorry. 1896. 19th century, my bad. Yeah, this is fun. I love that. Still seats 23,000 people, too. So maybe more of a minor league stadium, but this little awkward triangle in the back is fun. And the way it's kind of buried in this little hill and all the signage around. That's how they used to do it back in the day when they built stuff. They had to, if they didn't own the right plot, they had to build based on the structure of the plot. And Fenway Park is a prime example of that. Gorgeous. Let's stamp it. I mean, this unique little C-style seating alone is worth the stamp. But then you look at the seating underneath with the home run fence. That's cool. And the fence out here with the old school scoreboard and the hills with the picnic tables and stuff and a little kiosk out here, hot dog stand. This all looks so great, so clean, very creative, very unique. Oh, I didn't see these guys up here. Little bleacher section on top of this industrial looking building. And you have yourself another fantastic stadium from Captain Obvious. He's getting there. He's starting to show up a lot more often on Studio 44, and I'm certainly glad for that. I don't think he's shown us a stadium I haven't really liked yet. Great work, sir. Captain Obvious. Thank you so much. Let me see if there's any notes real quick. He said, suppose sitting into the road would be a good challenge. I'm guessing in right field. So, yeah, hitting it past the hill and up above the scoreboard. Let's see how deep it is over there. 334. Yeah, that's impressive. So, I'm guessing that means that this is a road. So, Cool. Unless he means this road. Now that would be even bigger poke, but either way, I love it. It's got to be hard to hit a home run here at all. Altitude's only 538 feet, too, and it looks like deep dimensions all the way around. Plus, center field's got that high wall. So let's see. Yeah, 351 down the line and left, 404 in dead center with the giant wall. And then 335 down the line, which is pretty standard, but yeah. All right. Let's piece out of this stadium. Great work, Captain Obvious. Park City in Hometown USA is our next ballpark we're going to take a look at. Has an altitude of 3,250 feet, built in 2024. We know this gentleman very well, so I'm going to have you guys guess from that list over there. Did I get that in there? That's what she said. I'm 45 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at Park City out here. Excellent. Very park-y. I like the building in the middle of the sign saying Park City. Got an ice cream stand right here. Hand scooped, okay. Doesn't look like they could fit many flavors in there. I'm an ice cream guy. I haven't had ice cream in so long, though. I'm trying to lose weight, so that's one thing they say you should really avoid if you're trying to lose weight. Like the parking garage, built right into this building pretty much. Excellent. I like the little bleacher section that comes right down from the park. Oh, there's a couple people hanging out in every balcony. Nice. More folks cruising around in here. I like the clock. Right in downtown. Road curves around this building, butts right up to the stadium. Excellent. Another park here in left. People are watching from the library, right? This is the library? Yep. But the laser ribbon covers that up. More concessions. More parky looking areas. This looks great with all the flags. Picnic benches. Nice tall wall with windows. 300 feet. Oh, yeah, you could be hitting the ball in this fountain. That could be a fun challenge. 2 decks around and behind with concessions back in there. Cold. That's what I was looking for. In those areas, if you don't dial up underneath the decks, it just looks very cold, very just bland and blah, and I don't know, almost like a horse barn or a cow barn, or like, you know, those little structures that they build way out in horse fields where if it's raining for the day, the horse can go in there and get shelter from the rain. That's what it reminds me of in those stadiums. It's very blah. Cold, and I think cold is a good word for it. Look at this big plaza outside of the stadium. Wow. Gorgeous. Comes all the way up to the circular road that surrounds the stadium. I feel like they could do something better with this. I don't know if circle's the right way to go. Seems like a square or a diamond shape would be the way to do it, isn't it? Doesn't it? I think it would look more natural. I mean, usually when you have circular roads and either roundabouts or, big highways or just little cul-de-sacs. So for a neighborhood like this, it would just be like a square, and then you can build off the square, and I think it would look a little bit more natural. But hopefully that's something that they get to. I'd say that's way down the list of things that I think they should do. But I like the hit it here sign off that big building. Have I even turned the lights on yet? I've been blabbing away. I dig it. Theaters back there and a church. Another parking garage. Beautiful, isn't it? I like the big scoreboard out there too. Seems really close, so it seems like a monster. And it fits really well on this building. A lot of buildings with windows, this it doesn't really look, because if you cover part of the window, I think it looks a little awkward, but you can get all the windows covered, so I think that looks great. Did I off-center it? I don't know. Either way, it looks really, really good. And I dig it. And I have to throw another stamp. It's a good thing these are like computer-generated stamps and not actual stamps that I have to buy and pay for, because I'm tossing them out everywhere in this video. As we see the lights turn on, you're taking a look at those creators, and you tell me who it is. Who done it? Who done it? Answer is coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is another creation from Young Gun 1417. Love it. I love the big wall out in right center field with that triangle deck. And then all the different park areas surrounding the stadium are beautiful. Perfect buildings to fit in with the neighborhood. Great idea. He said he started this and then abandoned it and then came back to it and was very happy with how it turned out. Great job. Young Gun 1417. Thank you, sir. I am going to make you guess the creator of this stadium as well. This is East Nashville Park. It's in Nashville, Tennessee. Has an altitude of 554 feet. It will be ready to play in the year 2027. Right off the bat, catching my attention is this slanted planter bushes. Fantastic. That looks great. Beautiful idea. I like this little corner with, again, the kind of counter style standing room area. You got the second deck you're going to be hitting balls up onto. You're going to be hitting balls into these bushes. You're going to be breaking windows on this structure. Looks like they kind of built it into, like it was a historical building and they didn't want to demolish it. So they, just kept it. You got a little lonely bleacher section to the right of the batter's eye. Splashville. Can you hit the ball back here? How deep is it over here? I'm guessing no, unless you're in a home run derby. Dead center field. It's only 398. It's still a poke. What was the altitude again? 554. I like the little luxury seating with the grass on top. Talked about that earlier. I love my grass on top of buildings. Nice big scoreboard out there in left center field. An excellent little restaurant style seating just past the home run fence. And then a big concourse in the back with concessions and more luxury seating. Beautiful. Outside of this little area, which looks fantastic, and it's pretty standard around and behind. And I love this. I've talked about this before. I love it when part of, behind home plate and the base paths curls around to the home run area as well. You got a higher standing room only counter style seating, which looks great. Singers is in here underneath, Nashville. Across the river, you have theater and more buildings and just amazingness. Home of the Nashville Stars. Fantastic. Here's some stool camera work for you, huh? Excellent. Quirky dimensions. Splash shot possibilities. Definitely home run derby. I don't know about a game. That's going to be tough. Oh, let's take a look at how he faced off the outside of it. Beautiful with the grass on top. And it takes you right up to the top area of the bottom area of the upper deck. Beautiful. So good. You guessed it, folks. Another stamp. This stamp is given to this gentleman over here. See? He's right over there. The name out of all those who created this stadium was our good buddy Sluggish Moth 953. Says it's loosely inspired by his very first stadium ever shown on Studio 44, which was Riverfront Field. East Nashville Park is his take on a Nashville Stars expansion stadium across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville. Now, it's funny he mentioned the first stadium he ever showed on Studio 44 because I am currently in the process of documenting every stadium, and I have some fun ideas with that list. I'm creating the database with database. What do you guys say? I like data. Database. Yeah, I don't like data. Anyway, I'm going to compile all that data together, and I'm going to come up with some fun numbers. Who has been shown more? Who has the most stadiums shown on Studio 44? I'm going to have who has the most stamps. I'm going to have, I don't know. I'll just come up with a bunch of other fun stuff. I had other ones. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I can't wait to do this live stream on the 30th because I'm going to throw some of that stuff in here, some trivia for you guys with that. I'm going to play some old school baseball games. I'm going to play some RDL Legends. I'll play some of my actual games that are due. I mean, we could be to the playoffs by then. We're cruising along pretty good now. But, yeah, this live stream is going to be so fun. And, of course, I'm going to show your top 3 stadiums. So get them in. If you haven't yet, maybe like and subscribe to the channel so you know when that video is coming or exactly, what else is going to happen on that day. Get your notifications. But, yeah, Sluggish Marth, 953. Were you able to guess that it was him? Oh, I didn't even notice that they had picnic tables up here. Excellent. And the flags on top. Cool. And putting the water tower on there is a nice touch, too. I love it. Sluggish Moth, he's an all-star. He's a legend. He's the man. Okay, I think we've gone over to Egypt before for a stadium. I want to say Schmitty made one over there, right? Well, this one is Temples of Syrinx. Am I saying that right? In Grand Canyon, Egypt. Has an altitude of 2,222 feet, built in 13. Wow. All right, this comes to us from, I think, someone who is new to Studio 44. Crook by the Book sounds familiar, his YouTube ID, but the gamer tag is All Sports Are Fake. He says that's a nod to the band Rush. He said he saw this Egyptian-style stadium picture and said, why not? Using the 5 Egyptian props as much as possible. And he says to go easy on him because he's still learning the quirks of how to clean things up and how to change the save file from minor to major or whatever. But, I mean, I took a quick glance at it already, and it's one of those fabulously, hectically congested stadiums. I dig it. I think there's a lot of layers that make it fun. I like my layers with the upper deck and then the little concourses here with all the steps and a lot of sphinxes mixed in here. Right? That's what they're called, right? Lots of pyramids and red rocks and the dinosaur thing up here. Very, very fun. Now, I'm not sure if this is a nod to the canoe joke that we have running here in Studio 44, or it kind of looks like it could be some kind of headband or crown or something. So either way, it's a canoe. It's actually 2 canoes. So, and then you got the Easter Island head looking things out here with some owls and birds and aliens, just wonderfully congested. Now, here's what I think he's talking about, maybe cleaning things up. I don't know if that's an intentional thing or if he meant to have this kind of blended in together, but, I mean, it doesn't look horrible, so it just kind of blends up, like, up to these stairs. So, now, here's a question. Did you do this on purpose? Because this is kind of a cool idea, a good way to make some steps if you know how to get the empty seats. I remember back in the day, you used to see it a lot more in the first version of the game, but pretty much you had to max out your seating, and I thought, yeah, it looks like the green can go more. So you'll have to share that secret with how you got blank stands, because that could be a fun way to get some stairs, or another way to get stairs, because it comes with its own railing. But, yeah, more fun layers. I mean, I'm I'm not going to pick out every little thing I see in here, but I mean, because you guys have eyeballs and you can see, it's just a fun little stadium. I like it a lot. I think it's going to be fun hitting home runs up here. Might be fun to have standing room only fans up here. And, you know, the use of the dinosaur props that blend in and mix in and look appropriate for the stadium are very fun. Using the pier for this long deck and the stairs, I think, is fun. It's hard to hide this thing because it's so big and you got the lighthouse on the ends. But, I mean, you don't really look out here. And there is the river. I had a buddy, I think I may have told this before, but in case you didn't see that video, I had a buddy who went to Egypt and he fell in the river. And he wouldn't admit it. He would not just confess to it. So I know he fell in, but he was in denial. Oh, the dad jokes never stop. But yeah, this having everything kind of surround or blend into the casino, you know, with the Egyptian theme is pretty fun. I like all the layers with the stairs. No reason to go easy on you, sir. I like the quirky home run dimensions too. Jolting straight back and a great job with the curved look, especially from further away. It's hard to tell that there's, you know, sharper turns. Pretty well done. Flip that light switch. And I think the stadium lighting, especially the one way back here, kind of hurts some of the lighting that shows up on this casino. But yeah, if you get up here, it's a little bit darker and you can see that those markings are normally like neon and they glow and it look pretty cool. And the windows too, you can see inside and there's the lights. This always reminded me of like Donkey Kong Country, how it's like a picture of the background as opposed to like designing everything within the prop itself. So all sports are fake. I think it's fun. I dig it. And I want to stamp it. Just because it's a creative idea and yeah, there's parts that could be cleaned up. It's not super realistic, but it's fun as shit. So, well done, sir. Thanks for sending it my way. If this isn't your first stadium, I apologize. I don't recognize the gamer tag yet. I am, like I said earlier, in the process of compiling all the stadiums I have shown, and I haven't run into your name yet, but I'm not quite up to the newer videos yet. I'm about to my knee surgery in April. So right about the time where I'm starting to move the studio downstairs where the videos are starting to get longer. So, but yeah, I dig it, sir. Thanks for sending it my way. I'll keep an eye out for new ones because I'm pretty sure we'd expect some fun things from you. Shooting back across the Atlantic, where we are in another warmer climate. Orlando Ballpark Resort, Orlando, Florida. Altitude of 61 feet. It'll be open in 2028. Starting in right field. I love this building combo. First of all, hiding the plaza level structure, and then with the inverted balcony over here, and then the protruding over here. So freaking clever. Faced off with the brick, with the trim, out-of-town scoreboard. Excellent. Using this building as a luxury suite type situation over here. More brilliant work. I love the plaza level seating going all the way around. He kind of hid the top layer. That's a great way to do it. Excellent, excellent work, sir. Pretty standard around and behind on the third base side. Looking at left field, you have bleachers built in above the home run fence, which is very quirky, by the way. Looks like it could be a template. Is it a template? Not sure. Has a little garage for grounds crew. And then look at all this going on up here. Look at this concourse. First of all, the bridge. Excellent. That takes you to that fun building. All the pools look great. The stairs. fantastic. Looks like it could be a retractable roof, which would make sense in Orlando. I've never been to Orlando, but I imagine it's just as hot and muggy and sticky as the rest of Florida. I have been to Fort Lauderdale and Miami. Heading back to Fort Lauderdale in about 2 months. Can't wait. That's where we take off from our next cruise. This pool is amazing. Very weirdly, uniquely shaped with the little pools outside of it. Using this as a bridge and like a base or a trim to the pool. So good. Then the lights double as maybe window frames where it can be closed off to protect you from the humidity and the weather. And then this building, I didn't realize that this had balconies in it. And he blended a couple of them together so he could put more balconies out there and have people hanging out. And that's kind of cool because at night that lights up, right? Yeah, lights up pretty good. Again, the lights kind of hide that a little bit, but still looks fantastic. What a great stadium. I tried to throw everybody off by making this his third stadium, but I'm pretty sure we can tell this is Murph 075, and we're going to go ahead and throw another stamp at this gentleman. If these were really, really true, honest, 100% gold stamps, this man would be rich from all the gold he would have from creating stadiums in MLB The Show 24. And I would be broke from giving them all away to him. And he did say in the notes that this was built for an expansion team in Orlando. He got a little inspiration from some renderings that he found, but he changed it up quite a bit, including that entire complex in left field with the water. So, yeah, that's the most beautiful part of the stadium. The water outside, and I love the creative ideas over here in right field, too. So, flip the light switch back on again. Zooming around the park way too fast. Let's get in here with the lights on. Look at all this stuff going on. My Sewell camera work. Oh, I'm inside a building. That's no good. And then putting the gallery in the middle like that. Outstanding. The lights, but what a shock. Murph created and shared an amazing stadium here in Studio 44. Murph, thank you as always, sir. Still got a lot from him in the queue. From Orlando, we head up north to Boone, North Carolina. This stadium has an altitude of 3,333 feet. Built in 2007, this is called Beaver Field, App Street. It's college field that Appalachian State plays at. I will get more into the notes a little bit later. We're going to take a peek at right field where we have a nice little pond where there are two canoes. We have canoes. Little scoreboard, which makes sense for a college stadium. Well, what's this over here? A big E? Or is it supposed to be like some kind of like stalls or something? I don't know. But look at all the frickin' greenage or plant life, nature stuff. Looks amazing. Wow. I mean, there's not much to say about, when you see it, but it just looks great. I've said it before, I've never been really good at nature. Putting trees close enough together and making it look natural. Mountains in the background. Taking a look at the stadium itself, built into a little hill. Nice, tiny little seating section in the back with a beautiful custom PA booth. Nice little parking lot and the road taking it in. Fantastic. That's a lot of tedious work. I'm guessing, though, you could probably create one of these hills and then group them together, copy, paste. But it's still, the way it's laid out, looks like they were very tediously placed in each spot. So, is this a real place? Let's see. Wanted to make a version using more memory towards the trees and made some of the hills a little higher for a better in-game view. So, take your guess. Who created this stadium? Real quick. 1,000 people. Nice. I like the little covered hill section too. That's fun. You can sit on this hill and then you're protected from the elements. And then there's a bathroom up there too. Cool. And then a little, maybe there's an indoor field in there. You can field some ground balls, take some batting practice. Maybe keep a lot of equipment in there and so on. Yeah, this looks great the way it's blended into this hill. Nicely done. Let's give the credit to Schmitty VG. There's a stamp. He said he would like to credit Arch for helping with part of the build. He didn't realize there's a pond in right. Arch's build was last year before the tree update, so we wanted to make the version using more memory towards the trees and made some of the hills a little higher for a better in-game view. Nicely done. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say about it other than it looks fantastic. Well executed. Another stamp for Schmitty. Nice job, man. Emerald City Field is up next. Total opposite end of the country from where we have been. Seattle, Washington. Altitude of 175 feet. Built in 2024 by, you know who. Says right there, Stadium Center, Sewell 21. Love right field with the glove in the corner and the 2 layers of bleacher seating. I like that the lower layer has kind of 2 and then there's only 1 up top. Excellent. Nice concourse that takes you up to street level. Beautiful little neighborhood in the background where you got some skyscrapers in the background. Construction. Perfect. Excellent. Now, he said he hasn't recorded this. What a great way to fancy up the trestles, to reinforce the trestles. Throw them in the middle of the fence posts, Sewell. But I like this little section over here, too. The trees that you can see through the home run fence in left center field. You got a couple statues, on either side of the batter's eye. I like the luxury seating going all the way around. You got some retired numbers up here. 12, 17, 21, 42, 44, 75. Well highlighted, too, using the bet. What else are these behind? What else is behind these? Oh, it's just a fucking brilliant, dude. Excellent way to highlight these. Makes them look so much better when you can, fancy them up. Man, you guys are assholes. Ballpark Eats is hidden amongst the laser ribbon. I like it. Little club type areas behind these bleachers. And then more concessions back in here with... Yeah, this is good. Not only is it nice for the railing, but the end cap, I think, this brick looks nice too. So hitting it here, we're going to hit it there. Oh, look at this corner too. Takes you all the way up where you have entry gates. Fabulous work, Sewell. I think Sewell said in one of my premieres that he never pisses me off. Well, he pissed me off today. I like the layered buildings in the background. It's going to look like maybe they're either on a hill or the buildings are a little bit taller than they are. Brilliant. Using this building to host the signs, another great idea. Oh, I didn't even see all this. The balconies on top of the scoreboards. I'm sure he'll give you a lot more detail about the stadium in one of his videos, or maybe in that live stream on December 30th. But it's a fantastic field. One of my favorites of his so far. This one really pissed me off. That's a great idea. And this one especially pissed me off. This is probably the best hosting of retired numbers I've seen in this game ever. Fucking brilliant. Oh, I like the overhang too, all the way around. Dude, if you're having trouble picking your top three, this could easily be one of them. Blam. Amazing. A lot going on in the whole park. He's got roofs to hit the ball onto. He's got targets. Did he say anything in the notes? Yeah, he did say there's a hitter here, sign in left field, and the glove for the Great Scott Construction Sign Challenge. He did give me Great Scott, Scotty Warren. He did give me his son's name, by the way. So we're gonna name that award after his son. I don't remember it off the top of my head. He maybe even has a nickname, so maybe we'll go with a nickname. I'll have to look at it again. I'll talk about it a little bit later when I get a look at that email again. But Scotty, so fun. Thank you so much for sharing that information so we can name the award after your son. I hope he gets a kick out of it. I just can't get over how fun that concept was and what a cool idea it turned out to be. So yeah, that could be fun. Hit it here. I agree that this would be much more of a challenge. 460 in that area. You got to get it high too. So how far away is the fence here? 320. So yeah, that seems a little bit more reasonable. But either way, it's a beautiful, beautiful park. And Sewell, thank you for letting me show it on my channel first. I texted him just to be sure. I was like, dude, you sure you want me to show this first? But he said go for it. So there it is. Who knows? Maybe he recorded it and we'll get his edited before mine, but we'll see. Sewell, 21, Stadium Center, right here on YouTube. Check out his channel.